Have you ever wondered why some people, even in their 70s or 80s, walk through life with a calm smile on their face, while others at the same age still flinch at every harsh word, every rude gesture, every disrespectful look? When you reach your 7th or 8th decade of life, the world expects you to slow down, to shrink away, to become fragile. But in truth, these can be years of profound power, if you build your strength from the inside out. Let's continue unraveling the ways you can construct that invisible shield, that calm fortress no harsh word or careless glance can penetrate. The 6th secret on this path to peace is the art of compassionate curiosity. As we grow older, it becomes easy, almost instinctive, to tighten our views, to believe we have seen it all and know enough. But holding rigid opinions creates friction with the world. Every disagreement becomes a battle, every new idea a threat. What if, instead, you greeted disagreements with genuine curiosity? Instead of feeling insulted by a differing opinion, ask yourself, what has this person seen or experienced that I haven't? Imagine the energy you conserve when you approach even criticism as a window into someone else's mind, rather than a dagger aimed at you. Curiosity dissolves ego and allows the world to unfold with less defense, more wonder, and a far greater sense of inner calm. The 7th step is one of life's most difficult, but most liberating. Forgive, but not for others. Forgive for yourself. As years pass, we all collect slights, moments we were misunderstood, betrayed, overlooked, or hurt. These old wounds are heavy. Carrying them grows harder as your body ages. Forgiveness is not about saying what happened was okay. It's about deciding to set down the burden, to free yourself from replaying that pain over and over. Imagine your mind as a garden. Every grudge is a weed. Pull it out, one by one, not for the sunshine of others, but for the sunlight your own soul needs. When you no longer carry yesterday's pain, today's harsh words grow smaller and less significant. 8th, and perhaps the quietest strength of all, embrace impermanence. Aging is a daily lesson in letting go, of roles you used to play, of faces in the mirror, of friends who have journeyed elsewhere, and of many things you once thought permanent. Some people resist this truth, clinging tightly to what was, and suffering with every change. But peace comes to those who see the fleeting beauty in each moment, who honor memories without worshipping them, and who remain open to how joy can surprise you in new forms. When you understand, deep in your bones, that everything changes, emotions, circumstances, even the people around you, you stop fighting every small disturbance. Instead, you become a quiet witness, letting experiences flow through you while remaining anchored in who you are. To walk through the world unbothered is not about withdrawing or becoming indifferent. It's about choosing where to direct your limited energy. Think of yourself as an old, wise oak tree. Winds will blow, storms will come, leaves will fall, but deep in your roots, in your trunk, nothing fundamental is shaken. You have earned through time the right to choose serenity over struggle. It's important to remember that these 8 ways are not quick fixes. They require patience, a kind patience with yourself, like teaching a child to walk. Some days, you'll slip, you'll react, you'll hurt, your old habits will return. That's only human. But with steady practice, these silent shifts become part of who you are, automatic, effortless. Peace is a practice. It's the daily decision to place your attention on what heals you, not what harms you. It's learning to accept an apology you never received, to answer anger with silence, to fill the empty spaces of your life with meaning you create yourself, rather than meaning handed to you by others. Let's return to the people who glide through their later years with peaceful, contented smiles. Many of them have endured loss, disappointment, or unfairness greater than we realize. Their calm is not naivete. It's a well-earned wisdom, a refusal to be disturbed by every ripple on the surface of life. When you meet such a person, you are encountering someone who has made countless invisible decisions: to forgive instead of resent, to listen instead of argue, to cherish simplicity instead of chase validation. The unbothered elder is not someone who has escaped the storms of life, but someone who has learned how to quietly shelter themselves from the rain, to dry their spirit with every sunrise. You may not be able to stop the world from growing louder, harsher, busier, but you can control what you let inside your heart. Each day, you choose. The more you shift your focus from controlling others to nurturing your own stillness, the more others lose their power to disturb you. And finally, do not underestimate the influence your calm can have on those around you. Your grandchildren will remember not what you said, but how peaceful they felt around you. Your friends will seek your counsel, not for your advice, but for the tranquility in your presence. Your own heart will settle like water after a storm, in the gentle certainty that you have chosen peace again and again as your truest path. So, as you journey through each year, each season, remember this: the world will keep knocking, sometimes even pounding, at your door. But you have the remarkable, lifelong privilege of choosing which doors to open and which to close. In that simple, quiet choosing, moment by moment, you build a sanctuary from which finally nothing can truly bother you again. Stop trying to fix everyone. It's a lesson many people learn only when the weight of years has taught them that control is an illusion and that true peace lies in letting go. For so long, perhaps you've acted as the mediator, the glue holding your family or friendships together. You may have felt it was your duty to smooth over conflicts, to cushion disappointments, to make things work when the seams threaten to split. But sooner or later, you recognize a freeing truth. You cannot carry the world on your shoulders, nor should you. Trying to fix every problem only exhausts your spirit and burdens your heart. Instead, you can learn something far more powerful: to be present without being responsible for everything. Release the need to control and allow yourself to become an observer. Offer your love and understanding, but remember that everyone's journey is their own. The path your children choose, the stories your neighbors tell, the quarrels your siblings engage in, none of these are ultimately yours to solve. Let your relationships be founded on respect for autonomy, not on the compulsion to rescue or perfect. When you step out of the fixer's role, you will often find that life itself is more than capable of smoothing its own rough edges, and that your emotional energy is better spent savoring calm rather than wrestling with chaos. Forgiveness, too, becomes a source of freedom as you age with wisdom. Many believe that forgiving someone is for their benefit, or that it's equivalent to excusing their behavior. It's not. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, an act of self-liberation. It's not saying the past was okay, it's drawing a clear boundary that you will not relive someone else's mistake in your own mind, day after day. Lingering hurts, if left unchecked, become a kind of poison, clouding your joy, coloring your perception, draining your vigor. When you forgive, you reclaim your power. The actions of others no longer dictate your happiness. Their betrayals, don't merit residence in your heart. You become sovereign over your emotions, learning to stand tall even in the winds of memory and regret. That is not weakness, but strength. The quiet strength of someone who knows that ultimately peace must be made within. Then there is the discipline of silence. In a world full of noise, constant opinions, endless commentary, the pressure to respond instantly, it can seem counterintuitive to fall quiet. Yet silence is not absence, it's presence, focused and alive. When you adopt silence as a daily practice, you cultivate a sanctuary inside yourself. You listen more, you observe more, you note what others miss amid the clamor. And above all, you become more aware of yourself, your thoughts, your breath, your own heartbeat, steady and sure. Pausing before you reply, lingering before you react, you are no longer swept up by every minor storm. Your silence becomes its own authority. It shields you from the trivial, letting only the meaningful in. And in that quiet space, you discover a new kind of respect for yourself, a deep, abiding calm that can weather any crisis. The elders who seem untouched by stress or drama have not been granted some secret immunity. They have built their fortress stone by stone from their own choices, choosing silence, forgiving deeply, creating boundaries, finding joy in solitude, and letting go of the urge to fix, to control, to be understood by all. These are the habits that form an unshakable inner world. How will you begin laying those stones? Start today. With each step, you will discover that life grows quieter, richer, and infinitely more peaceful. Not because the world has changed, but because you have.